Guess I had a particular attraction to the cultural beats, literature, the visual arts, music, and that shows up in a lot of my work. My early influences as a photographer were the sort of documentary shooters that were dealing with the kind of subjects that interested me. I remember being enormously attracted and impressed by the documentation of the life and times of Pablo Picasso by the great American journalist, photojournalist David Douglas Duncan. My initial approach to photography was very much the sort of environmental portraiture that you would see documenting and photographing artists, and Paris by Night, Brassai, André Kertész, and those people. Eventually, the industry I worked for changed a lot. Magazines, the ratio of advertising to editorial space, advertising got more, editorial got less. The possibility of actually doing photo essays, expanded visual treatments on subjects diminished greatly. And essentially, the industry was involved in, what they wanted from photographers was the portrait, the key image. It's at the left-hand page, top of the story, perhaps a cover. So there was a kind of a need to develop a feature portrait style, and along with, I guess, you sort of look at environments and people in their environments, and it's a wonderful, very classic way to work. However, I sort of got preoccupied with the idea of the face as a landscape. And that was, that you could deal with the face and say a lot about somebody. Faces are particularly print friendly. You'll notice that most magazine covers are faces, albeit not very interesting faces, with perfect teeth. So the big face thing really was always there. Became very much and increasingly a part of my work through the 80s, and by the 90s I stumbled on work that required large collections of portraits, and these portraits, it was of seemed like a good idea. These things should have a consistent approach and style to them, because so the big face issue became certainly by 1990-91 a very important part of, it's kind of what I was doing a lot. Among the projects I did, I had the opportunity to publish a collection of my work, a book called About Face that I did with Exile Editions. It's a book that featured my photography, a little bit of a range of styles going back a ways, but big faces, and actually a text texts that I wrote related to the pictures.